Yo, what's up guys, Boss here, and I'm back with another YouTube video, and this time we're going to be playing some top ladder using Sparky. So it's been a few weeks since I made a video on Sparky, and as you guys know, after Sparky got a nerf in the meta, it's not as amazing as it was before it got nerfed, and in my opinion, when it got nerfed, it wasn't even that strong to begin with, but now after it got nerfed, as crazy as it might sound, Sparky takes quite a lot of skill to use, because there's so many difficult matchups, and I would even say there's very few good matchups for Sparky, so you need to rely on your opponent usually making a mistake, but luckily with a deck like Sparky, since you have the Rage, it's very likely they will end up making a mistake. As you guys know, I made a lot of videos on this Sparky deck. It's for sure one of my favorite decks to play. Goblin Giant did get a buff though, so that has helped out Sparky a little bit. You have Dark Prince and Mini P.E.K.K.A, which pair really well with the Rage. Musketeer minions kind of as your air counter, and Zap is good as a reset, so that way you have a chance of breaking through, you know, Inferno Towers, have a reset for Inferno Drags, or if someone just plays something like, you know, a Minion Horde Skarmy, it's really nice to have that Zap available. So before we get in the first game, if you guys want to support me, you can use my creator code BOSS. You can use it in any Supercell game, help support me, help support the channel, and I really appreciate all you guys who do use my code. It means a lot. So I'm currently at 6,389 trophies, 94th in the world. I actually I streamed yesterday and I pushed up really high with minor wall breakers. If you look at my season highest, I actually made it to like 11th in the world yesterday with minor wall breakers. People moved up a little, so at this point it would be like 28th, but at the time yesterday I was 11th. So maybe I'll in a couple days make another video on minor wall breakers and try to play some live games in the top, you know, 50 of ladder. I think that would be some really good content. Let me know if you guys would be interested in seeing that. But anyways, let's go ahead and search for the first game, and I'll see you guys when I find it. Since we're pretty high up, it'll probably take a while to find the matches, so I'll edit out the search times. Alright guys, so we found our first game versus Optic Balloon. Go ahead and give this guy the good luck. He's going to go ahead and start with a miner, so we'll Dark Prince. Miner could be a lot of different things. We'll have to see what kind of miner deck he has. I'm going to just go ahead and Sparky because he still has to respond to that Dark Prince, and if he plays any kind of ground card, it'll just get shot by the Sparky. In this case, though, he ends up logging, which means our Sparky technically is worth only 4 elixir there. I'm going to go ahead and play minions. I don't think that he has arrows. I think he's got Snowball. But the minions aren't going to get hit by the Ice Golem, so Snowball wouldn't have even taken them out. Balloon doesn't get a connection. And I think that this is already going to be a good game because he doesn't even have, like, a reset to the Sparky. He also went Ice Golem Balloon in the opposite lane for 7 elixir that I countered for 3 elixir. So he was in a 4 elixir deficit. And when you're against Sparky, that is not the situation you want to be in. And I would say Loon Cycle is one of the best matchups for Sparky. Like, I think Sparky in this meta is not very good, but this is one of the best matchups you could ask for sure, because they don't ever set for the Sparky, and minions are low-key pretty dang good against the Balloon. There's no doubt about that. Unless they have arrows Balloon for some reason, but that's usually in Lava Loon. But even if you're versus Lava Loon, it's not too bad because we can actually do is you can go Goblin Giant in the back, Mini P.E.K.K.A behind it, and Dark Prince, and you can end up breaking through if you kind of like steamroll them. This guy's going to go for a Musketeer and a Miner. That's interesting in my opinion because we're just able to counter that for 4 elixir. So once again, 4 for 7 trade. And he's at an elixir deficit and still has to defend a Sparky. I'm actually going to go for Musketeer because, as I said, he was so aggressive. He already gave up. I don't blame him. I mean, I think this was a pretty good matchup for us. And also, yeah, I think at the beginning of the game, he was way too aggressive with the Ice Golem Balloon in the opposite lane. He probably should have focused a little bit more on defense. But anyway, I'll take it. We actually end up getting a magical chest. Go ahead and start the unlock on that. And then we'll go ahead and head into the next game, and I'll see you guys when we find it. Alright guys, we found our next game versus Carlos. So we'll give this guy the good luck and see what he wants to do to start this game off. I think I'll just cycle a Zap. I'm usually fine making the first play with the Sparky deck because you can honestly punish your opponent pretty hard in single elixir. So I think making the first play is fine with it. Even though, yeah, it's quite an expensive deck, I don't mind doing it as long as you're careful what you cycle. After we see the bowler, it could be Balloon. or graveyard, so saving my minions is going to be very important. He's going to cycle his Inferno Drag, and with his Bowler out of cycle, I'm going to go Goblin Giant Mini P.E.K.K.A. in the opposite lane. He's probably going to freeze here. There's the freeze. We're going to go Rage to get this Lumberjack taken out as soon as we possibly can. Hopefully this Mini P.E.K.K.A. can end up getting at least one hit on the tower. It might end up... Oh, it doesn't get a second. I could have zapped, because I think that would have allowed it to get a second hit, but I don't know. I didn't want to be overly aggressive because it's single elixir, and I'm already pretty happy with that chunk of damage we got, so I'm fine, you know, leaving that be. We'll go ahead and cycle Dark Prince. This is probably going to force a Bowler out of him, knowing that he doesn't have Lumberjack in cycle. Bowler does come down. So, Sparky, I guess, same lane is fine. And then if he pressures opposite, we just have minions. I doubt he would do that, though. So Inferno Drag is going to come down instead. Most likely, I'm going to just Musketeer the Inferno Dragon. We'll see what he does. He might freeze. I don't know what he's going to do, though. If he's not going to do anything, I'm just going to let that be completely. And then we're going to go like this. We're going to go Mini P.E.K.K.A. And then Rage. He's going to go for a freeze here, 100%. I'm going to go Minions, knowing that his Baby Dragon was out of rotation. So we're not going to get anything out of that, unfortunately. Okay, with him doing that, I think I'm going to cycle Goblin Giant in the back in the opposite lane. We're going to try to steamroll him. Ooh, I think he might have just messed up a little bit. He went in on offense. I was able to stop it. But we ended up getting more damage than he did. He doesn't have a freeze in cycle. He's gonna Tornado probably. Dark Prince connects. There's no way that that balloon can get another hit if I zap. Oh my gosh, that was still way too close for comfort. Yeah, that was way too close. I was saying there's no way that balloon was gonna get a hit if I zapped it, but it almost did. Mostly due to the fact that he tornadoed the minions away, but still, that was way too close, and I almost spoke too soon, but wow. Really happy I was able to get the win there, and let's go ahead and search for our next match. Okay, we found our next game versus Joe B. Give this guy the good luck. I might, just like the last game, cycle my zap. He's going to go for Spear Goblins at the bridge. Spear Goblins could be minor wall breakers. That's a pretty popular deck right now. Spear Goblins is going to go Mortar, though. So we're going to Sparky because it's a 6-for-4 trade, and the Sparky still has a lot of health. And then I'm going to go Goblin Giant because, I mean, we kind of are counter-pushing off of the Sparky. It's a little aggressive, but as you guys could just see, it's fine because he had to just spend 7 elixir to stop that. The fact that I didn't have a Dark Prince in cycle was very, very unfortunate. But at least we were able to shut that down okay. We took some damage, but overall it could have been worse, I guess. Yeah, I didn't realize that he was gonna. I guess what I'm trying to say is it sucked I didn't have a Dark Prince in cycle. Musketeer's going to do a really nice job of cleaning that up, though. And we'll see what he wants to do here. Just going to go Spear Goblins, and then he's going to go for a Bar Barrel. I think we can zap that. And then if he goes for a Mortar this time around, I'm going to have to... Oh, wow, he just goes... Interesting. So he actually decides to do the same thing again. This time, though... We're getting a little bit of a counter push. I know he's going to just go Minion Horde most likely. No, he's going to go Rascals. Okay, wow. I thought he was going to go Minion Horde. And then he goes Spear Goblins as well. So he just committed 7 Elixir. He's not going to be able to punish us or anything right here. He may go for a Bar Barrel, but that's about it if I had to say. I'm just going to Dark Prince to counter this. And he's going to have to respond to this Dark Prince somehow. Just goes with a Bar Barrel. Makes sense. He's going to go ahead and Mortar, so... Kind of unsure what to do here. I'm most likely just going to go for a Musketeer on top of it. Okay, we're going to have to cycle Goblin Giant in the back. We need to build up a pretty big push here, I think. With our Dark Prince, Mini P.E.K.K.A, Rage... So we're going to get a nice Rage here. And we're going to go Musketeer. Nice Zap. Oh, bad Spear Goblins. Dark Prince should charge. No, it doesn't. It was just about to, but it didn't. And that is going to be GG. So you can see some matches you have to win without the Sparky. I would say that's like the biggest, one of the biggest tips I can give you guys with this deck. Is don't be afraid to use your support cards and your Goblin Giant kind of as your win condition, because if you're versus Mortar, if you're against, you know, like Log Bait, it can be really hard to get value out of your Sparky, especially Log Bait because they have rockets. So that's what you need to do. You need to go Goblin Giants in the back, support cards behind it, rage it all up so then you can end up breaking through. So nice win there, and honestly, that's I consider those last 2 matchups, they're definitely not easy. I don't think they're really horrible matchups, but they're for sure not easy, especially because that Minion Horde gets so much value for him. But anyway, 104th, let's go and search for the next match. Okay, we found our next game versus Nicholas. Give him the good luck. I'm pretty sure that Nicholas uses Golem most of the time. He's a really good Golem player, but we will see if that's what he's using. He's going to go for a Bar Barrel. So Bar Barrel, so far, looking like it could be Golem. Golem, an interesting matchup. I think it's one you need to win in single Elixir, because in double and triple, it can be pretty difficult to win. So it's one you have to win in single Elixir, in my opinion. And I normally wouldn't do something like this, but because I'm confident it's Golem, I am going to go pretty aggressive here, because, like I said, I think it's a matchup you have to win in single Elixir. This could actually be Graveyard, since we see the Ice Wizard, the NATO, and the Bomb Tower, but Nicholas is out on my friends list, and I sometimes see him run very weird Golem decks with the Bomb Tower and, you know, the Tornado, so it still could for sure be Golem, but it also could be Splash Out. It has to still be. So there we go, we see the Golem now. I'm going to go ahead and cycle my Sparky, same lane. I didn't have anything to pressure him in the opposite lane. If I had my Goblin Giant in cycle, I for sure would have gone for Dark Prince, Goblin Giant in the opposite lane and pressured, but because I don't have that in cycle, I can't do that, so instead, we are just going to play defense. Dark Prince we can cycle, that's fine, and I guess, let's just kind of see what he wants to do. So he's going to Lightning that. What's good here though is we can really nice minions. They're going to take out pretty much everything, but the golem, unfortunately, is going to get a lot of damage still. So good golem push on his part, and good counter to the musketeer there. So yeah, he's playing this pretty well so far. And as I said, we didn't really get enough damage in single, and this matchup is pretty hard in double and triple if you don't get enough damage. So we'll have to see if there's anything we can do here. He's just going to go cycle this baby dragon. I think I'm going to go Dark Prince in the back. And Goblin Giant, and then I think minions on top of this baby dragon. Good tornado on his end though. Let's try to get a nice rage going here. Oh, Sparky connects to the tower. Oh my gosh, guys, no way. That was pretty insane. Didn't think that that was going to happen. He's going to golem right at the bridge. I don't know if that was the best golem, but golem is OP, so... No, golem's OP. Yeah, GG. Like I said, it's not an impossible matchup, but golem, you need to win in single elixir. Luckily, we only lose 16 trophies. Those 16 trophies, not really bad at all. I mean, way better than 30. He was much higher than us, so that's why we only lost 16. 117th, not bad at all. Don't mind losing 16. It's much better than losing, 40. And yeah, see you guys when we're in our next match. Alright guys, found our next game versus EDU Light. Give this guy the good luck. We could either cycle our Mini P.E.K.K.A. or Musketeer first play. I think that would be the most ideal starting move. And I'm going to go ahead and cycle my Mini P.E.K.K.A. because if he plays a ground card in response, I could just Sparky. So Lumberjack's going to come down. Actually, I changed my mind because the Mini P.E.K.K.A. is actually going to win that interaction, and it's still going to apply pressure. So I'm just going to Musketeer. Bowler. Yeah, so probably means it's Balloon. So I'm just going to go ahead and cycle my Sparky, same lane as the Bowler. He's probably going to Inferno Drag. Yeah. Unless he didn't have it in cycle, then he would have played something else, but... Guess I'm going to cycle my minions on top of that. It's not a good... Oof. That's not a good sign, since he has E-Drag too. This is definitely going to be a really difficult matchup. More difficult than the one before. GG. On to the next game. I don't think... wait. Unless, did I just speak too soon? I might have, wait, this is actually going to... Guys, this is going to be much closer than I thought it was going to be. Okay, wow, this, okay. Hold on. Let's see what he does here. Okay, oh my gosh, this is going to be, as I just said, much closer than I thought it was going to be, because I didn't realize the King Tower... No! GG. I thought we had a chance for a second, but yeah, that one's pretty tough. Because he had the E-Drag, so that made it even more difficult, but I didn't realize it was actually much closer than I thought it was going to be. But we're gonna go ahead and play one more game, and I think that'll be it for the video. Alright, so we found our last match versus I Will top 1. Whew, so, let's see what this guy has. His clan name says no CRL just for fun, so guess he's just playing for fun. You know, let that be a important message to you guys. He's just playing for fun. Made sure to be very specific with that and have that in his clan title. I'm gonna Sparky. I mean, if he's got... Guys, I'm gonna lose my mind because of all this balloon. We played versus Balloon Freeze 2 times. One had E-Drag, so that was really hard. And this guy, and we played versus Loon Cycle, and then this guy now using a very weird balloon deck. He has arrows too. It's frustrating, guys. It's frustrating. So much balloon this meta. Balloon, I was talking about it recently. I don't know what your guys' opinion is, but you know, I would like to see a balloon nerf. I think it could use one. Not a huge nerf, but just death damage or something, because balloon, I think, is too strong right now. It's very, very good, and I think it's a little bit too strong. So we're going to have to pray that this raged Goblin Gent's going to end up being able to take the tower. Hopefully that hit speed buff comes in handy. No, we fall short of taking the tower. Oh my goodness, guys. Knight is going in the wrong direction, though, so pretty bad Knight on his end, but arrows do clean up the minions. Loon's going to get a connection as well, so yeah, things are not looking that good for us here. We have to basically pray that we can somehow take his tower in the given time. We don't even have the time to build up a Sparky push. We pretty much at this point just have to, if possible, get to the tower somehow, some way, but it's not looking very good for us here, and with him having pretty much every answer imaginable for us, with him having arrows for the Zap, does do enough damage. I didn't realize that. But GG, he can just Loon, and we don't have enough Elixir to defend it. So, GG, well played. Yeah, as I said, I had to spend all that Elixir to take the tower. No Elixir, so that's going to be GG. Lots of losses this video. You know, apologize for that. But wanted to do a Sparky video because I enjoyed playing it. Just kind of unfortunate that it does end up sucking in the meta. I don't know if Sparky needs a nerf. I mean, let me know what your guys' opinion is. It seems like it's pretty bad in this meta, though. But, you know, try my best to do a video on it. Got some good games in regardless, you know, some good wins, but also some unfortunate losses. But yeah, that's how ladder is. Sometimes you can't win them all, and, you know, it dropped a little lower than where I started. But what I might do for my next videos, or before my next video, try to push up a bit with minor wall breakers. Like I said at the beginning, I got to, like, top, like, 11th in the world with it yesterday, so I'll try to get back up there, maybe make a video on that. And make sure to like the video if you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe if not subscribed already. And thanks again until next time, guys.